Okay, hello there, and it is January 27th, 2012 right now, and about time to do the weekly wrap-up. And there's some cool things happening this week, that have happened this week, and including happening today. One is another Jennifer Fuentes lesson came out, and I think it's a very good lesson, and I want to talk about it a little bit. It's called It's No Secret Anymore. It's another one of Jennifer's suggestions as a audition tune, and it's just flat out good. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, and I always point out the fact that male or female, you don't necessarily have to learn the song to learn some of the stuff that's in the lesson about the song. So everybody should check it out, and you know what, it's just worth listening to Jennifer sing the song. So just check out Jennifer singing the song even if you're not into the lesson. I think you should be, but even if you're not. Okay, speaking of Jennifer, a little bit more about Jennifer, and that is also what came out this week, was the first of the two interviews that I did with her. And you get to hear and see her talk a little bit more and get to know her a little bit better just through the interview and hear some of the cool things that she's done. And there are a lot of cool things that she's done in such a short period of time in her life. She's pretty cool and has had quite the career already. So check out her interview if you haven't seen that already. And that's on Vocal Tones on YouTube, so you can, either of those places that you can see that. So those, a little bit more about Jennifer. Now the other thing that's going on that I'm really excited about, and finally some of these things are starting to come out, and I'm very happy about this, that is that we are starting to actually put out the Listen and Recognize series. And what that is it's an ear training series that starts you with zero ability. You don't have to know anything about music. You don't have to know anything about listening. You don't have to know anything about singing in tune. This starts to help you do those things. And it starts to develop your musicianship as a singer. And that's so important. You know, it doesn't really matter if you're playing the guitar or the trumpet or the violin or singing. You have to become one with the instrument. You have to understand what it physically feels like to do things, not just read a theory book and understand theory in relationship to that. And the reason why I'm telling you all of this is because the Listen and Recognize series will take you there. It's going to develop your ears in a physical way. You're going to be able to duplicate and reproduce. And what's so cool about this series, I think, is that I've started so basic with it. Started with 2 notes, C and D. And all you have to do is watch the video clips, have the patience and the tenacity to go through this thing as it slowly brings you through all of the notes in music. We start off basic. All you have to do is listen to it, work on it a little bit every day. I also did an audio download to go with the lesson so you can practice away from the video clips. Do the things on the video clips to get the good idea of what you're doing, and then use the audio clip as an additive to it. So needless to say, I'm excited about the Listen and Recognize. So I hope you get into it. I want you to get into it. It's another one of the tools that's going to be on the site that's going to really help everybody become a better singer. It's that part that quite often people miss. You spend a lot of time doing lots of different things, learning a song, doing this, doing that, but improving your ear training, that's money in the bank for yourself in relationship to being an overall good musician. The more ear training, the better you can understand chord changes, how things move, how the bass moves on the bottom of everything. And you know, singers lots of times think, well, I don't have to do that. That's something that a keyboard player or a guitar player or any instrumental musician might do, but I don't need to do that. I'm a singer. Man, are you kidding me? Singers, we got to be the best of all. We stand in the middle of the group, in the middle of the band. Our position in the performance arena is dead center, hearing everything that's happening around us, and you respond to everything that's happening around you. So the better you can respond to those chord changes and the harmonies and how things work, and the more you can weave and go in and out and take your melody lines in different places, the more you can do that, the better singer, the more creative singer, and incidentally, it's just a lot of fun to be able to hear that stuff and respond. I love it. Okay, so wrapping this up, a lot of Jennifer Fuentes this week. She did her interview, one of two. There'll be a second one coming out in the future sometime. But you hear this first interview. And she did another great song, It's No Secret Anymore. The Why Do People Fall in Love was the week before. And I'm telling you, it's really, really good lesson. And we have the Listen and Recognize series that I just talked your head off about. So that's what's going on this week. And there's a lot of fun surprises that are going to be happening next week. So that's the wrap-up.